The morning after, Maya woke to sunlight streaming through Jordan's guest bedroom window, disoriented for a moment before reality crashed back. Sunday night. Richard's townhouse. The confession. Jennifer's final threatening text that she'd deleted without reading fully. She reached for her phone on the nightstand, 6:47 a.m. In 13 minutes, Jennifer's timed email would arrive in Richard's personal inbox. Except it wouldn't, because Richard had canceled it Saturday night after Marcus Rothstein discovered the scheduled delivery. But Jennifer didn't know that. Maya sat up, her body stiff from a restless night despite Jordan's comfortable guest bed. She'd texted Cameron when she arrived at Jordan's apartment around 9 p.m. Told him everything. He didn't fire me, waiting for his decision. At Jordan's tonight, like he asked. Cameron had responded immediately. Thank God. Are you okay? No, but I will be. I love you. She'd stared at those 3 words for a long time before responding. I love you too. See you at the office. Professional distance, remember. Now in the gray morning light, Maya checked her messages. Nothing from Richard. Nothing from Cameron since last night's exchange, and nothing from the unknown number that had been tormenting her all week. Jennifer was probably sleeping peacefully, confident that in minutes, her carefully orchestrated destruction of Maya's career would begin. Maya threw back the covers and padded into Jordan's kitchen, following the scent of coffee. Jordan stood at the counter in silk pajamas and a robe pouring from a French press. Couldn't sleep either? Jordan asked, handing Maya a mug. Slept like shit. Maya wrapped her hands around the warm ceramic. What time did you get up? 5:30. Been watching the clock. Jordan leaned against the counter, studying Maya's face. 7 a.m. is when Jennifer's email was supposed to arrive. I know. Maya sipped the coffee, bitter and strong. Except Richard canceled it Saturday night. She doesn't know he already has all the evidence. Doesn't know Amanda talked to him. Doesn't know I confessed. So right now, she thinks she's won. Right now, she thinks she's won, Maya confirmed. Jordan's phone buzzed on the counter. They glanced at it, then at Maya. It's 7:02. Want to bet Jennifer just sent a follow-up text to make sure you know the email arrived? Maya's phone remained silent on the counter beside her coffee. No messages, no calls. She's probably waiting, Maya said. Building the suspense. She'll want to savor this. God, she really is a psychopath. Jordan refilled their coffee. So what happens now? Richard said he'd decide after talking to Jennifer and Amanda this morning, right? Amanda's meeting is at 9. Jennifer's is at 10. Maya checked the time again. 7:04. Richard wanted to hear Amanda's account first, get independent confirmation of Jennifer's recruitment attempt before confronting her. And you're supposed to just sit here and wait? I'm supposed to maintain absolute professional distance from Cameron and let Richard handle it. Maya's voice was flat. Which means I can't even text him to see how he's doing. Can't ask if Richard's contacted him. Can't do anything except drink coffee in your kitchen and lose my mind. Jordan reached across the counter and squeezed Maya's hand. You did the right thing. Telling Richard yourself, controlling the narrative, that took guts. Or stupidity. Won't know which until he makes his decision. Maya's phone buzzed, making them both jump. She grabbed it, heart pounding. Not Richard, not Jennifer. Cameron, just checking you're okay. Don't respond if you're with Jordan, and it's awkward. I'll see you at the office. Maya typed quickly. Jordan knows I'm texting you. I'm okay. Terrified, but okay. You? Same. Haven't heard from Richard, assuming no news is. I don't know what it is. It's Monday morning, and we still have jobs. For now, Cameron agreed. Maya, whatever happens today, don't. Not yet. Let's just get through the next few hours. She set the phone down before he could respond, blinking back unexpected tears. Jordan diplomatically turned to the refrigerator. I'm making eggs, Jordan announced. You need to eat something before you go to the office and face whatever fresh hell awaits. I'm not hungry. I don't care. You're eating. Jordan pulled out eggs, butter, and cheese with the efficiency of someone who'd nursed Maya through multiple crises over the years. Besides, you need your strength. Today, you get to watch Jennifer realize her master plan failed spectacularly. Maya managed a weak smile. That is the one bright spot in this nightmare. Are you kidding? That's the whole silver lining. Jordan cracked eggs into a bowl. That manipulative bitch thought she was so clever. Thought she had you cornered. And instead, you outmaneuvered her, gathered evidence against her, and went straight to Richard with the truth. After she'd already uploaded video evidence and scheduled the email, I didn't exactly outmaneuver her. But you took away her power. That's what matters. Jordan whisked the eggs vigorously. She wanted to control when and how Richard found out. She wanted to destroy you on her timeline with her narrative. Instead, Richard heard your version first, with context, with evidence of her malice. That's a win, Maya. Tell that to my partnership prospects. Your partnership prospects were already fucked the moment you slept with Cameron. Jordan's bluntness was almost comforting in its familiarity. At least now you're fighting for them honestly, instead of being blackmailed into sabotaging yourself. Maya's phone buzzed again. This time it was the unknown number. Good morning, Maya. Hope you slept well. Today's going to be very interesting. Jordan leaned over to read the message. Oh, she's still playing games. Should you respond? No. Maya deleted the message. Let her think I'm panicking. Let her think her plan worked. The shock will be even better when Richard calls her into his office. Another text arrived immediately. Radio silence? That's not like you. Usually you're so composed, so in control. Must be hard, knowing everyone's about to find out what you really are. Jordan grabbed the phone before Maya could. Okay, that's enough. You're not reading any more of her gloating bullshit. They set the phone face down on the far counter. She's just trying to get in your head before the meeting. It's working. Of course it's working. She's a sociopath who's had a week to perfect her psychological torture technique. Jordan poured the eggs into a heated pan. But in 2 hours, she's going to walk into Richard's office expecting praise for exposing a scandal, and instead she's going to face consequences for blackmail, extortion, and abuse of her administrative access. Maya wanted to believe that, wanted to trust that Richard would handle Jennifer appropriately, that Amanda's testimony would be compelling, that everything would somehow work out. But she'd spent too many years as a lawyer to believe in justice that clean. What if Richard decides we're both liabilities? Maya voiced the fear that had kept her awake most of the night. Jennifer for the blackmail, me for the relationship. What if he just cleans house? Then you find another firm, one that doesn't have Richard's niece plotting your destruction. Jordan slid perfectly scrambled eggs onto 2 plates. But I don't think that's what happens. Richard's disappointed, not furious. He asked you to come to his house, Maya, to his home. That's not what you do with someone you're planning to fire. Or it's exactly what you do when you want to handle it discreetly. Eat your eggs. They ate in silence for a few minutes, Jordan's guest bedroom clock ticking audibly in the background. 7:23 a.m. In an hour and 37 minutes, Amanda would arrive at Richard's office. In 2 hours and 37 minutes, Jennifer would follow, and Maya would be at her desk, pretending to work on the Castellano deposition prep, waiting to learn whether she still had a career. Her phone buzzed again, face down on the counter where Jordan had left it. Jordan reached it first, glanced at the screen, and their expression shifted. It's Richard. Maya's fork clattered against her plate. What does it say? Jordan handed her the phone. The message was brief. Amanda's meeting moved to 8:30. Jennifer's moved to 9:30. Need to speak with you at 11. My office. Maya read it 3 times, searching for subtext. He moved everything up an hour. Maybe he couldn't wait. Jordan reclaimed their own phone, typing rapidly. Or maybe something happened. Did Jennifer figure out the email didn't send? I don't know. Maya typed back, I'll be there at 11. Thank you for letting me know. Richard's response came immediately. Bring Cameron. This concerns both of you. Maya's stomach dropped. She showed the message to Jordan, whose eyes widened. Okay, that's either very good or very bad. It's bad. Maya pushed away her half-eaten eggs. If it was good news, he'd tell us separately. Together means he's handling us as a unit, as a problem, or as a couple he's willing to work with. In what universe does Richard Hartwell accommodate partner-associate relationships? Jordan didn't have an answer for that. Maya forwarded Richard's message to Cameron, who responded within seconds. Got the same message. I'll meet you in the lobby at 10:45. Okay, Maya, I know. Me too. She set the phone down and looked at Jordan, who was watching her with concern and affection in equal measure. You should get ready. Jordan said gently. It's almost 7:30. You'll want time to prepare. Prepare for what? I already told him everything. Prepare to hear his decision. Prepare to accept consequences. Prepare to walk out of that office with your head high, whatever he says. Jordan stood, collecting their plates. You did the right thing, Maya. Remember that. Whatever happens next, you chose honesty and integrity over self-preservation. That matters. Maya wished she could believe that would be enough. She showered in Jordan's guest bathroom, letting the hot water wash away some of the tension in her shoulders. She'd brought a change of clothes in her overnight bag, a charcoal-sheath dress, tailored blazer, and heels that added 3 inches to her height. Armor for battle. By 8:15, she was ready. Professional. Composed. The Maya Reeves that Richard Hartwell had mentored for 6 years, who'd never missed a deadline or lost emotion or showed weakness. Except now, Richard knew about the cracks in that facade, knew about Cameron, knew about the security footage and the stolen moments and the lies of omission. Jordan walked her to the door, pulling her into a tight hug. Text me the second you know anything. I'll be at my studio, but I'm keeping my phone on. Thank you for letting me stay here, for everything. That's what best friends are for, providing refuge during career-threatening blackmail situations. Jordan's attempt at humor fell flat, but Maya appreciated the effort. Go, face Richard. Find out what happens next. Maya took the subway to Midtown, her mind spinning through possibilities. Richard could fire them both. Clean break, no scandal, just 2 employees who weren't the right fit. He could fire Jennifer and keep them with restrictions. He could keep everyone and mandate they end the relationship. He could. Her phone buzzed. Unknown number. Running late this morning? Usually, you're at your desk by 8. Guess you're not feeling very motivated today. I wonder why. Maya's jaw clenched. Jennifer was watching. Probably had been all morning, waiting for Maya to arrive at the office so she could enjoy the moment of her victim's destruction. Well, Jennifer was in for a surprise. Maya exited at her usual stop and walked the 3 blocks to the firm's building, her heels clicking against the sidewalk with satisfying authority. She nodded to the security guard in the lobby, Marcus, who'd worked there for years, and took the elevator to the 32nd floor. The reception area was quiet at 8:47 a.m., most associates not yet arrived. Maya walked past the sleek leather couches and modern art, past the conference rooms with their floor-to-ceiling windows, to her office overlooking the street below. She set down her bag, booted up her computer, and pulled out the Castellano deposition materials she should be reviewing. The deposition was tomorrow morning. Assuming she still had a job tomorrow morning. Her phone buzzed. Cameron? I'm here. Came in early. Are you in yet? Just arrived. In my office. Want company? Or should I maintain distance until 11? Maya hesitated. Richard had said absolute professional distance, but he'd also summoned them to a joint meeting, and she desperately wanted to see Cameron to not face the next 2 hours alone. Come by. Bring coffee. We can prep for the meeting together. 5 minutes later, Cameron appeared in her doorway with 2 cups from the cafe on the first floor. He looked as exhausted as she felt. Shadows under his eyes, tie slightly loosened already despite the early hour. Hey, he said softly, closing the door behind him. Hey. Maya accepted the coffee, their fingers brushing. You look like you slept as well as I did. Didn't sleep at all, actually. Kept imagining worst-case scenarios. Cameron settled into the chair across from her desk, the professional distance of client meetings, not the intimacy of lovers. Jordan's? Yeah, Richard asked me to stay away from my apartment last night. Didn't want Jennifer showing up, or, I don't know, creating more evidence. Smart. Cameron sipped his coffee, studying her face. How are you really? Terrified? You? Same. He leaned back, exhaling slowly. I keep thinking about what Richard said, that he's disappointed, that we showed poor judgment. He's not wrong. We fell in love, Maya said quietly. That's not poor judgment. That's just life. Life that violated firm policy and gave Jennifer ammunition to destroy your partnership prospects. My partnership prospects were already complicated. Maya set down her coffee. Richard knows that. He's known since he first assigned us to work together that this was a risk. You think he suspected? I think Richard Hartwell doesn't miss much. Maya pulled up her calendar, staring at the 11 a.m. meeting block without really seeing it. The question is what he decides to do about it. Cameron's phone buzzed. He glanced at it, then showed Maya the screen. Amanda Voss just arrived, heading to Richard's office now. Who texted you that? Maya asked. Melissa at reception. I asked her to let me know when Amanda showed up. Cameron pocketed his phone. 8:31, right on time. They sat in silence, listening to the sounds of the office waking up around them. Phones ringing, printers humming, voices in the hallway discussing weekend plans and upcoming deadlines. Normal Monday morning sounds. Except nothing about this Monday was normal. At 9:15, Cameron's phone buzzed again. Amanda just left. Looked serious. Jennifer just arrived. Maya's heart rate accelerated. This is it. Richard's confronting her now. Wonder what he'll say. Cameron's voice was carefully neutral. How do you confront your niece about blackmailing a colleague? Carefully, with evidence, with consequences. Maya stood, too restless to sit. Amanda probably gave him details about Jennifer's recruitment attempt, confirmed her malicious intent. That plus the evidence we provided, the Instagram posts, the device tracking, the scheduled email, should be enough to justify serious disciplinary action. You sound like a lawyer. I am a lawyer. Maya paced to her window, looking down at the street below. People hurrying to work, completely unaware that her entire career hung in the balance 32 floors above them. I just hope Richard sees it that way. Cameron joined her at the window, standing close but not touching. Whatever happens in that meeting, whatever Richard decides, I want you to know that I don't regret this. Any of it. Maya turned to look at him, this man who'd upended her carefully controlled life in the span of 2 weeks. Even if we both get fired? Even then. His voice was steady, certain. You're worth it, Maya. This, us, is worth it. She wanted to kiss him, wanted to close the distance between them and forget about Richard and Jennifer and partnership politics. But they were in her office, with the door closed and blinds open, and anyone could walk by. Professional distance, just a little longer. We should sit down, Maya said instead. Review what we're going to say at 11. They spent the next hour rehearsing responses to possible questions, discussing strategies for damage control, preparing for every scenario from termination to mandatory counseling. At 10:30, Cameron's phone buzzed again. Jennifer just left Richard's office. She's crying. Cameron showed Maya the message. They exchanged a look. Crying could mean anything, Maya said. Could mean he fired her. Could mean he reprimanded her. Could mean he's disappointed in her but not taking action. Or could mean she finally realized her plan failed and she's facing consequences. Cameron checked the time. 15 minutes until our meeting. Maya's phone buzzed. Unknown number. You told him. You told him. You sneaky bitch. You went to him first. Then another. This isn't over. You think you won? You haven't won anything. I'll make sure everyone knows what you are. And another. Enjoy your little victory. It won't last. Maya showed the messages to Cameron, whose expression darkened. She's unraveling, he said. Should we tell Richard? We'll show him at the meeting. Add them to the evidence. Maya screenshotted the messages, hands steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her. She's confirming everything we said about her intent and her instability. At 10:45, they walked together to the elevator, rode down to Richard's floor in silence. The reception area outside his office was empty, Melissa having stepped away. They sat in the leather chairs, waiting. At 10:58, Richard's door opened. He stood there in shirt sleeves, no jacket, looking older than Maya had ever seen him. Come in, he said simply. Maya and Cameron entered Richard's office, the space where she'd received her first assignment 6 years ago, where she'd celebrated wins and analyzed losses, where she'd learned what it meant to be a lawyer at this level. Richard closed the door and gestured to the chairs across from his desk. They sat. He remained standing, hands in his pockets, looking out his window at the Manhattan skyline. I've had an interesting morning, Richard began, his voice measured. Amanda Voss confirmed everything you told me yesterday, Maya. Jennifer's recruitment attempt, her stated intention to eliminate you from partnership consideration, her complete lack of remorse about using unethical means to achieve her goals. He turned to face them. Then I spoke with Jennifer. Initially, she denied everything. Called Amanda a liar. Called you vindictive, Maya. Said you were trying to destroy her career because she'd discovered your relationship with Cameron. Maya's stomach clenched. Cameron shifted beside her. But when I showed her the evidence, the Instagram posts, the device tracking logs, the scheduled email that I'd canceled, she changed her story. Richard's expression was granite. Started crying, said she was only trying to protect the firm, that she knew the relationship was inappropriate and felt obligated to report it, that she never meant any harm. That's bullshit, Cameron said flatly. Her texts to Maya were explicit threats. She wanted leverage, not to protect anyone. I know. Richard returned to his desk, finally sitting. Which is why Jennifer is no longer employed by this firm. I terminated her 30 minutes ago. She'll be escorted out this afternoon after she collects her personal belongings under supervision. Maya exhaled slowly. One question answered. As for the two of you, Richard leaned back in his chair, studying them with the intensity that had made him one of Manhattan's most formidable litigators. You violated firm policy, engaged in a relationship that created conflicts of interest, complicated partnership dynamics, and exposed both of you to blackmail. Those are serious failures of judgment. We know, Maya said quietly. We take full responsibility. However, Richard held up a hand. You also came forward when confronted with an impossible situation. You provided evidence against Jennifer rather than capitulating to blackmail. You demonstrated integrity under pressure. That counts for something. Hope flickered in Maya's chest, dangerous and painful. Here's what's going to happen, Richard continued. Cameron, you're staying on as partner. Your relationship with Maya began before you joined this firm, which complicates the ethics slightly. You'll be removed from the Castellano case effective immediately and reassigned to other matters. You and Maya will not work together directly for the next year, minimum. Cameron nodded. Understood. Maya? Richard's gaze settled on her. Your partnership decision was scheduled for December 15th. That timeline hasn't changed. But I'll be honest with you. This situation has complicated things significantly. Some partners will argue that your judgment is compromised. Others will say you handled an impossible situation with integrity. The vote could go either way. Maya's throat tightened. So I'm still being considered? You're still being considered. With the understanding that your relationship with Cameron must remain completely separate from your professional life. No working together, no appearances of favoritism, no hint of impropriety. Can you do that? Yes, Maya said immediately. And you understand that if you make partner, you'll face additional scrutiny? That some people will always question whether you deserved it? I've faced scrutiny my entire career, Richard. I can handle more. Richard almost smiled. I know you can, which is why I'm not firing you. He stood, signaling the meeting's end. Go back to work. Prep for the Castellano deposition tomorrow. I'm taking over as lead counsel, but I'll need your notes and strategy memos by end of day. And Maya? Stay away from Jennifer. She's angry and unpredictable. If she contacts you again, forward the messages to me immediately. They stood, moving toward the door. Richard's voice stopped them. One more thing. I meant what I said yesterday, Maya. I'm disappointed. Not because you fell in love. That's human. But because you didn't trust me enough to come to me before it became a crisis. I would have helped you navigate this properly. Guilt twisted in Maya's chest. I know. I'm sorry. Don't apologize. Just learn from it. Richard returned to his desk, already pulling up documents on his computer. And for what it's worth, I hope you make partner. You've earned it. Maya and Cameron left Richard's office in stunned silence, walking to the elevator without speaking. Only when the doors closed, sealing them in private, did Maya let herself breathe. Holy shit, she whispered. Holy shit, Cameron agreed. He reached for her hand, squeezed it once, then let go before the elevator reached their floor. You still have a shot at partnership. A complicated shot, with extra scrutiny, but a shot. Cameron's smile was genuine, relieved. That's more than we hoped for an hour ago. The elevator doors opened. They stepped out, immediately resuming professional distance. Maya headed toward her office, Cameron toward his. Her phone buzzed. Jordan. Well? Maya typed quickly. Still employed. Jennifer fired. Partnership vote still happening in December. We'll call you tonight with details. Jordan's response was immediate. Fuck yes, I knew it. Drinks tonight to celebrate? Tomorrow. Tonight I need to prep materials for Richard and pretend my life isn't insane. Fair. I'm proud of you. Maya pocketed her phone and sat at her desk, pulling up the Castellano files. She had 8 hours to compile everything Richard would need for tomorrow's deposition. 8 hours to prove she could still do her job despite everything. Her office phone rang. Internal line. She answered, Maya Reeves. It's Melissa from reception. The assistant's voice was hushed, urgent. Just wanted to warn you. Jennifer's being escorted out now. She's not taking it well. Security's with her, but she's making a scene. Thought you'd want to know. Thank you, Melissa. Maya stood and closed her office door, then her blinds. She didn't need to see Jennifer's departure. Didn't need the satisfaction or the guilt or whatever complicated emotion would come from watching her tormentor's downfall. She just needed to work, to focus, to prove that Richard's faith in her wasn't misplaced. Her phone buzzed one final time. Unknown number. This isn't over, Maya. You destroyed my career. I'll destroy yours. Watch your back. Maya screenshotted the message, forwarded it to Richard, then blocked the number. Whatever Jennifer planned next, Maya would face it. She'd face the blackmail, the confession, the uncertainty. She could face one more threat. But as she returned to her Castellano prep, a cold certainty settled in her stomach. Jennifer Hartwell was far from finished, and the real battle was just beginning.
Thanks for watching our stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic adventures. Thanks for watching our stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more epic adventures.